Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Unknown to Icon series, where we are the manager of Hemel Hempstead and we have just finished our first season in the Championship. Last video we showed you our match highlights, and as I kept on saying, it's very inconsistent, but we did start bringing some form at the end of the season. How did we do? Well, let's find out. So jumping into our end of season review, obviously last season, I don't know why, but I lost it. I'm going to do this again to see how I like it compared to the other way of doing it. I will review the footage and see what one I prefer. Again, always looking to improve. We went through all of our new signings, so I'm not going to bore you with too much of the details, but we do want to see how they are performing. And our best signing of the season was Paco Corvido, where he started 25 times for us, scored 16 goals, 8 assists, and got an average rating of 7.19. And then our second best was Brian Schruck. He started 12 games. I mean, we only paid 53 grand for him, and he got a 7.02. He was our backup goalkeeper. But saying that, when we went on for run at end of the season, he was our number one, and we dropped Dylan Berry, who we come on to next. But he got a 6.93, but we did pay more than double than Brian Schruck. But Dylan Berry has better stats. We will probably be keen to keep both of them next season and see how they perform. Then our transfer deadline signing in the January window, Ryan Devlin. He played 12 games, got no goals, 1 assist and 6.9. And another loan signing was James Harding from Fulham, 21 starts, 3 assists, 6.9. And then our main striker, well, to be fair, Noah Carroll at the end again. He went up top because Paul Morgan's form was dismal. He's only 22 years old. We only paid again 125 grand, and out of that 125 grand, he got us 16 goals and 2 assists. His average rating not so good. Would like to see that in for 7s or at least 6.95 as a minimum. And then our worst signings that we made is our backup striker, Michael Fahey, and we signed him in January, so maybe we haven't given him a chance, big enough a chance, but he started 2, 6 on the bench, no goals, and he played a 6.5. I don't like it. Then again, a player that we signed in November on a free transfer from West Brom. He played a 6.61, started 10 games. He assisted quite a few actually, but his performances was pretty poor. And this is where we ended up in the league. It was definitely a season to remember because we was meant to come bottom. And we didn't. We came 8th in the table. We got 22 wins, more wins than losses. I think that's incredible achievement. We only drew 5 times. Remember, we didn't draw that many games. There was not many match highlights. I think I showed you one just show you we do draw. That was our first draw in 21 games. And I think after that we did draw a few more, which got our tally up a little bit there. We finished the season on plus 19 goal difference. We definitely like having plus goal difference in our team, and we finished on 71 points, which was 8 points away from playoffs. So if we can get in for 80s, if we can get 10 more points added to our tally, turn those losses into draws and wins, we could be in for a very good season next year. So a little bit to build on and get a bit more consistency. You just never know. I mean, looking at the start that we had in the season, we lost our first 4 games of the season, and then we just slowly scroll down here so that you can see a lot of losses, but in between the losses, what we was picking up those 3 points, and as you can see, not many draws, not many oranges shown on there, but this here at end of the season where we beat Cardiff, beat Borough, beat Plymouth, beat Norwich, drew to Blackburn, and then beat Oxford. So we've ended up going unbeaten in 6 games to finish off our season. Can we carry on that form going into next season? Who knows? And then some moments to remember. Our biggest win against Bristol City away. What a win. Bristol City didn't even have a man sent off, but we won 6-0. Morgan got a hat-trick. Ogor, Ledwards and Bashir finishes it off there. And then match to remember where we beat Portsmouth 2-0, again away. Probably would have said match to remember is beating Bristol City 6-0 surely. There was 2 send-ins off. It was probably a very good game, very tight from what I remember. And then goal of the season goes to Quavido. Believe I showed this goal where he just smacked it outside the box, curled it from 23 metres. Beautiful goal. Then going on to our club reputation, we've grown a little bit, but not that much. I would have hoped to be a bit more up, if I'm honest with you, because better reputation, better sponsorship deals that we're going to get. But we do have a 5-year new sponsorship deal worth £273,000. And moving on to our annual revenue, we've got sponsorship is up from 89,000 to 136,000. Biggest one for the club is broadcast revenue. Last season we only got $500,000. This season we've got 2.75 million. Corporate and hospitality grew a little bit, but prize money was down and match day commercial and retail was down. On merchandise we made £339,000 and sold 4,565 shirts sold. So with that, our stadium is about 6,000, so you'd expect 4,500 people in the stadium to be wearing shirts. And how my team lined up, sometimes this can be wrong, but let's have a quick look at it. So Berry, McAllister, not so much on for right McAllister, but then again I was playing Lewis Evans, and then we had Dylan come in for the right, so maybe Job, and then Evans as centre back. I was playing in bit part right back, centre back. Chai Eze, he is fantastic. Look at that, 7.12. Paco Quavido, who got 16 goals, just as many as Noah Carroll and Morgan, got 7.19. Shay Eze got 16 assists and a couple of goals to his name. He is a player with ratings and attributes of a Vanarama National League player, and that just makes him decent. We are in the Championship and he is still performing like this. He is definitely broken. And then we got Luca Di Maggio and Spears in our defence midfield. Yeah, they probably played for most in that position. Quavido, Ledwards as our inside forwards. Ledwards not that great. Maybe I need to bring in a new left-sided inside forward. Quavido, he has actually signed for another club on a free transfer. I couldn't make a contract for him. It wasn't in my remit to do so, transfer laws and all that, but outside of the UK, clubs could and signed. I don't think I would have been able to get his wages anyway. We was only paying bit part. Who knows? Maybe he might just play rubbish in that league and we might be able to bring him back in January. And then we've got Noah Carroll as our attacking midfielder, who did start playing up front for us because Paul Morgan, despite his 16 goals this season, his form was so inconsistent and his average rating shows. No accolades from me this season. As I keep on saying, Shay Eze, a broken player in the game. He got fans player of the season, and a young player of the season, who actually seems one of our most established players now, is Noah Carroll. Signing of the season, Dylan Berry. I'm still not too sure about that one. And then we've got some record breakers. Again, Shay Eze, 16 assists in a season is a record high for the club. And obviously we broke our transfer record of 181,000 to sign Ryan Devlin from Watford. History in the making, Hemel Hempstead owe everything to a fantastic start to the season. We lost our first 4 games of the season and was inconsistent throughout until the end of the season. Hemel Hempstead looked sharp right out of the gates. No. Again, Sports Interactive, you need to work on these journalism comments because that does not reflect our season at all. So where does that leave us in the plan for next season? I've already started planning and shaping of what I want here. As you can see, we will be getting rid of all these players. So that's Diagana, McAllister, Doy, Connor, Inesco, he's on loan. Quavido on loan, but he's been signed elsewhere. Fahey and January's signing, striker, backup striker, just not good enough. Hoy gone, loaned. Phillips gone, Spears, Harden, both on loan. Not going to even interest loaning them. I want to bring in better quality. Hopefully that we can do it. Good thing is we keep a core, and that is going to be obviously starting Dylan, keeping our goalkeepers, Berry and Schwark. Right back, makes sense. Devlin, we record transfer, we want him starting. But next to him, you got Evans and then Orgor. He was injured quite a lot in the season, but he's got the stats. and I brought him in for a reason. I want to try him. Hopefully he'll be injury free next year to prove his quality. Then we got Luca Di Maggio. Again, he's very high in stats. Don't know if I can bring in anyone better. Maybe sell him because he is worth between 3 to 5 million. And then obviously Noah Carroll, and with Ledwood's age, with only being 23, I feel like I have to be loyal to him. I have to give him another chance and see if he can produce the goods. And then a lot of backups there, and I've just noticed I didn't add in defense left. I've got Delberg. It's got to be Eze. Eze's got to be on our left. I mean, you just can't get rid of him, right? You look at his stats, bring them up, and you think, what the hell is going on here? He performed well. 16 assists, record high, 7.12 average rating. The only thing that he does have issues with his fitness, but that's where Delberg comes in handy, and he comes in and he does an okay job. Quick looking at our budget for next season, we've got £1.3 million in for Kitty. We've got a wage budget of 105,000, so I probably will increase my wage budget and probably utilise, say, about 700 grand of our transfer budget. But our committed spending, once all those loanees and for players ending their contracts go, we will be spending £85,000, which gives us about 125, I wish, £25,000 worth of wage budget left for us to spend and bring in some new players. And as you can already see, I have a good core. I already have a bit of a squad as well, so I'm hoping to bring in quality. But in this division, one player of real quality that could get us to a dream most likely would cost us 25 grand per week. I mean, looking at some of the teams in the Championship, we won't look at Leicester, but Stoke City actually won the league, and looking at their wage bill, it's massive. It is massive. Well, compared to us anyway, their top earner is 66,000 and their lowest earner is on 1,800. That's more like it, 1,800. We just quickly look at mine. I've done it by that. Our biggest earner is 8,500 and our lowest earner is on £625. A measly £625, but 8.5 grand. Let's go back to Stoke. That gets us in between there, where they're paying 16 grand and 16.5 grand. I love comparing because I just want to show how good our success is with this team. Are you doing a series like this? If so, leave me a comment and let me know how it's going for you. What tactic are you using? Have you found any broken players like Shea Eze? Or maybe you want to try and transfer him in, because I bet he won't cost that much. If he can play like that in Championship, I bet you could probably buy him for 10 grand and he's going to be a reliable left back for you. Right, that's it for this season. We are going to move on to for 2032 and 33 season. I don't want to draw it out, but can we get into playoffs and maybe get an unexpected promotion? We've done it in previous seasons when we became champions of the Vanarama National League, League 2, League 1. It was all unexpected. We are probably still going to be favourites to get relegated next season, and I'm going to need all the luck I can. So to do that, like the video, and if you'd like to join our journey and support the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you on the next one.